Good morning everybody, I'm Steve and welcome to Green Side Up. I'm stood in the middle of my comfrey patch here and I'm going to pick some and we're going to get another brew on and we'll have a chat about it as I'm doing it. Wonderful plant this. You do need gloves for this preferably. There are lots of fine hairs along the stems and they can prickle you a little bit. Not bad, it's not like a nettle sting or anything like that. So I just want to cut some of this. Just cutting it down to the ground. That's enough for us. I'll go and get this brew on, just take you through the motions and I'll come back and chop this whole patch down. There we go. Okay, so I have my bucket of comfrey here and a big barrel, empty at the minute. And just want to talk about the types of comfrey. Now, comfrey is available in this country, it grows wild, but the variety I grow is Bocking 14 and that's a Russian variety, and there's a reason for that. This is sterile, it won't set seeds, so it won't set seeds around itself and get everywhere in your garden. Now, when I first started researching this over 20 years ago now, I read reports then that the roots from comfrey can go down 30 foot. So obviously it's quite a difficult plant to eradicate if you've got a problem with it. So if you are going to plant it, always plant it somewhere where you don't mind if it grows. Grow the Bocking 14 so that it doesn't set seed everywhere. And make sure it is Bocking 14 and you're set. Now, comfrey in tests on a gardening program that I've watched in the past, they did a test in comparison with a branded product, the branded tomato food product, Tomarite I think it was. And this Comfrey Tea outstripped it. It was brilliant in comparison and it won their test trials. So anyway, all I'm going to do here, I've put some comfrey in. I'm not going to put much water in it, just a bucket, just to start it off, because this is going to sit now until spring and rainfall will fill this up and it'll probably add 2 to maybe 3 foot on top of there. By the time I need to start using it next spring, I will cut the rest of the patch down and fill this with it so that by the time spring comes next year I've got a good supply of comfrey feed to use. By the same token, the second barrel behind it, this is for nettles. Again, I've already got that started, just need to put some water in it, and as I'm clearing up the plot this year, all the nettles get separated from the weeds and all go in there. And you could, in fact, if you wanted to, put the rest of the weeds in there, but I don't because I'd just have far too many. So I just use pure nettle feed and pure comfrey feed. This will absolutely stink. There's no two ways about it. It does stink when you're using it, so prepare yourself for that. You would use comfrey feed anywhere that you would normally use tomato feed, and it's free and it just keeps growing. I get 4 or 5 harvests off that patch every year. And you can use it in different ways. You could, the first one of the year, the first crop of the year, you could stick it underneath your potatoes, put it in your potato trench, and that will help them grow. You can actually mulch with the wilted leaves around certain plants if you wish. I've not actually tried this one myself, but I have heard that if you've got lettuces that are being hit by slugs, you can actually put these leaves around the base of lettuces and it will stop them coming along and eating them. Don't know how true that is, never tried it myself yet. Now, when this is done next March, and I start using this, and once it's drained and it's empty and I'm ready to get the next brew on, there'll be a lot of sludge left in here, stinky, horrible, smelly sludge. Put it on your compost heap and it will help speed it up. So it's just got so many bonuses. I just wonder why you wouldn't grow it. But as I say, make sure that where you put it is where you want to keep it, because it's impossible to eradicate. When I bought my first root cuttings of these, say about 20 odd years ago, I brought them home and I healed them into the garden, thinking they needed to be kept in soil. I've still got that patch today right in the middle of the garden at home. I cannot get rid of it. I've tried digging it out, I've tried weed killer in it, it just keeps coming back, so I just accept it now and I cut it down periodically just to keep it under control, bring it down and make some more feed. So there we go, that's Comfrey feed and Nettle feed, and they're both free. So there we go, that was just a quick primer on my Comfrey feed and my Nettle feed, which will lead on to other videos that are coming up in the not too distant future. But that's it for today, so look after yourselves everyone, please stay safe and take care, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Ta-ra now.